Alright, in this video we're going to be going through 30 powerful and tech-driven ways to sign clients, so I'm wasting no time, let's get straight into it. So, as promised, in this video we're going to be covering 30 powerful ways to sign clients using AI and automation. So we're going to be exploring 30 creative, actionable and tech-powered ways to sign clients, because the thing is, everyone is always looking for the next best way to sign clients, and the truth is there is no correct way. You might see someone talk about a brand new method which is bringing them, brilliant results, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. The best thing that I can recommend anyone does who's watching this video is to, first of all, figure out where their niche hangs out. Where do all of your ideal clients hang about? What social platform is it on? Is it even a social platform, or are they in groups? Are they on LinkedIn? You've got to figure out where they hang out. Once you've figured out where they hang out, and the way you figure that out is, I would say, by split testing across multiple platforms in terms of the way you're reaching out to them. And you're going to figure out what the best response rate is. And once you've got that best response rate, you're going to split test again with the way you're outreaching in terms of the messaging, whether you're sending them a message, whether you're sending them a loom, whether you're giving them some value, whether you're just asking for a call. Split test again, and then you're going to figure out your best way and then stick with that. And I promise you, if it's not broken, do not fix it. If your outreach strategy is signing you clients, that means it's working. And you don't necessarily need to try and do 30 different outreach strategies. You don't need to do, email, LinkedIn, personalized. Like, you can basically find one that works for you. And if it works, brilliant. Focus on scaling that first before you start looking to other ways of signing clients. But what this video is going to help you with is basically give you a bunch of ideas if you're completely stuck and don't know how to sign clients at all. Or if you're already signing clients and potentially you're looking for something new, or you just need a few more ideas, then this will help as well. But we're going to be talking through, a bunch of different methods. They're going to be as basically simple and easy to scale as possible, because we're including tech that makes it a lot easier for you to scale these campaigns higher. Hopefully by the end of this, you guys will have a great idea of how you can sign clients. So we'll start with number one, which is probably the most common, and I'm sure everyone's heard of it, is mass automated outreach. So first thing we're going to do, and we're going to try whiz through this because we've got 30 to get through and I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. So we're going to use AI tools like LeadSwift and Apollo.io. Now, basically what those sites are is they generate leads for you. They use AI, and it's basically a combination of using lead scrapers and AI systems to generate long lists of leads for you that you can then put into tools like Go High Level or Instantly, spelled that wrong, but it's all right, Instantly.io. To then send mass emails. And what we've put here is actually use ChatGPT. Now, I'll make a separate video on this, but there are actually ways that you can use ChatGPT. You can give it a lead list, and you can give it small bits of information within that lead list and get ChatGPT to actually generate personalized emails at scale. So it's personalized, but it's mass emails for each of those leads. And then obviously you can put that into these two sites to actually run mass campaigns that have follow-ups, right? So simple step-by-step, create a targeted list of potential clients, your ideal clients, craft AI-generated personalized templates, and there'll be another video that's much more in-depth on that. And then schedule automated outreach with follow-ups. I would say have at least 10 follow-ups. Like, even if it doesn't make it to that point, have at least 10 follow-ups. It doesn't make you annoying. It makes you persistent. And to be honest, people are actually more likely to work with you if you try really hard to get through to them. It's going to show that you've got a good work ethic and that you actually really want to work with them. So that is going to be the first one. This is one of the cheapest to start. Sending mass emails is not expensive, and it's very easy to scale to a ridiculous amount of emails per day. Next one that we're going to go into is the Dream 100. Now, this is the concept of identifying the top 100 ideal clients that you want to work with. So I'm talking, get a list of your niche, and then I want you to filter through and find the 100. Like, what does your dream client look like? And find 100 of them. Even if they're all around the world, find just 100, and you just want this list of 100 leads. Now, you're going to work through and you're going to create personalized outreach. So you're actually going to look into their website, you're going to look into their background, look into some of their achievements and their experience, and draft the most personalized emails possible so that you can actually connect with them on a personal level. And what's going to help is you can actually use ChatGPT to, first of all, scrape information for you, but also you can give it information and get it to come up with more personalized emails, right? Something super personalized. And this doesn't actually have to be emails. This could be whatever channel you're choosing. It's just the idea of choosing those top 100 ideal clients and going for a really personalized approach. So you've got their research and their pain points using social media or website content. It's basically the idea that we're going to put more effort into these 100 leads than we would anyone else. And your response rate is going to be better. And the idea is that you're at least going to sign one or two of those. That's the aim, really. Third one that we're going to go into is service-based lead magnets. So offer a free service powered by AI. The reason I've got powered by AI there is because AI is the best for making lead magnets. It gives you so many ideas. You're never going to get stuck for lead magnets if you use AI properly. And if you actually check in the description, we've got a newsletter called the AI Edge. And if you actually sign up, you're going to get 1,000 ChatGPT prompts, one of which, there's a section that is about 500 prompts, all on creating lead magnets for your business. So definitely something to check out. That'll be in the description. But using AI to generate and create lead magnets for you, either whether it's an ebook, a guide, a template, whatever it is, and you can actually use tools like we've even put Grammarly there. If you're analyzing a prospect's website, LinkedIn profile, you could actually give them something for free. And these are obviously service-based lead magnets. Is you're actually going to give them something for free. You're going to provide a service for free. So, for example, you might give them, like analysis on their SEO on their website if you're trying to sell SEO, and you can use tools for doing that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to outreach, offering, or not even offering, you're just going to explain the areas where they can improve. Frame yourself as an expert to the point where they're interested in speaking to you because you've clearly given them something to improve on. And you can even follow up with an offer to implement the solution. So first of all, you're going to say, listen, I see that you're doing this. This is what I would personally do to improve, your SEO ranking, just for this example. And then you're going to later follow up and you're going to be the solution. And this comes back to market sophistication in terms of the person you're reaching out to has no idea they have a problem. So you let them know they have a problem by giving them a bunch of free information, right? And then you're going to present yourself as the solution and they're much more likely to come to you. All right, so moving on to number 4 is the VSL ad funnel. Now, this is probably the most common sales mechanism that I see in 2024. I guarantee that it will continue to be extremely popular going into the sort of next 5 years, right? And if you're running an online business, you need to have a VSL somewhere on your landing page. Okay, so what this is you're actually just creating a video, filming yourself that educates your prospect on the problems that they might have, the outcomes that they might want to achieve, and you're basically going to explain your entire offer. It is a persuasive piece of video that is going to outline everything and encourage people to take the call to action, whether that's booking a call, joining the community, signing up to something else. That's the whole point of the VSL, right? So what you're going to want to do is you can use platforms like Jasper, or we can even use ChatGPT and a copywriting ChatGPT. But what Jasper is like an AI copywriter. So if you ask it to write you a VSL using a certain framework and you give it the information, it's going to give you a really good script to follow. And then you can literally just use your phone and use CapCut or other editing platforms to edit the video. And then what we're going to do is once we've got a VSL, is we're going to run Facebook or Instagram ads. Yeah, so we're going to run Facebook and Instagram ads, basically pushing leads into your VSL. So first thing we're going to do is grab their email and phone number. There's going to be some sort of opt-in to see the VSL. The way you frame your VSL in terms of what it is going to encourage people to watch it. And then you're going to direct leads to an automated booking system. So either direct them into a booking system where they can book an appointment with you, or you're going to then take their email, phone number, automatically call them, automatically send them an email, any sort of follow-up. But the idea is that we're going to collect leads through running targeted ads on Facebook and Instagram. And we've actually got a video that covers the entire Facebook and Instagram ads ecosystem and basically how you can run profitable Facebook and Instagram ads. So if you don't know how to do that, go check that one out as well. But yeah, once you push them into VSL and they get sold on the video, then obviously the idea is going to be taking their information, preferably booking them into a call if you're running like a B2B. So that's a very common one. Definitely something to look into a little bit more because it's extremely popular at the moment. Number 5, a little bit abstract, is go onto other people's podcasts. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be extremely easy to just hop on people's podcasts. This obviously depends on your expertise, your network, who you know, whether you know someone that has a podcast. But there is actually sites like matchmaker.fm to find podcasts, and you can actually then find the podcast that you might want to go out to, pitch your unique value with a personalized letter. If you're trying to get on someone's podcast, it's going to have to be a personalized approach. You're going to reach out, explain why you want to come on, explain the stuff you want to talk about. And obviously, if you get on, then what you're going to do in the podcast is you're actually going to mention your services. And what you'll see with a lot of podcasts that you watch is these big guys that are actually going on to podcasts is they're very subtly, and you might not even notice it, they're very much doing it for their own personal gain. Obviously, a lot of people just love to talk about themselves, but a lot of these people are actually subtly promoting their own businesses on these podcasts. They're talking about the work they do, who they help, the results they've achieved, and that alone is going to generate leads for them. So that's another way that you might not have thought of. Next one we're going to go on to is SEO optimized YouTube videos. So the reason I say SEO optimized and not just YouTube videos is because anyone can make a YouTube video on anything. When we say SEO is we're going to want to create content that people are already searching for on YouTube. So people that already have a problem, they're going to search for this problem and we're going to be the solution that shows up, okay? So there's tools like TubeBuddy and vidIQ, which is going to help you with keyword optimization, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to plan topics and plan content that we're going to talk about based on the keyword insight. So if we find out that, in your niche, people are searching for, let's say you're an agency, people are searching for automated appointment booking, right? And that's a massive keyword at the moment. There's a big surge in the sort of like popularity of that word. We're going to then create content on the back of that to basically be the answer that people are already searching for. So as you can see, we're going to create educational content in your niche that people are already searching for. And then obviously you're going to have a call to action in your video description, encouraging people probably to book a call, sign up, whatever it is. But the idea is that we're going to place ourselves on YouTube with the keywords there or the key titles there that people are already searching for, that people would pay for, right? So like if you've got someone who's searching for lead generation and you have a full guide on the newest method of lead generation 2025, there's going to be people with that problem already searching for you, and they're going to find you as the solution, which then obviously converts people into leads and eventually clients, right? So that takes us on to number 7, which is building an email list. So first of all, bunch of tools that you can use. We've got MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, GoHighLevel. There's a bunch of different ways to automate email outreach. But what we're going to do to collect emails, and this is basically what anyone with a newsletter does, is we're going to create lead magnets. So again, it's going to be free guides, templates, free resources, much like the 1,000 ChatGPT prompts that I'm giving away for anyone who joins my newsletter. You're basically giving someone an incentive to join because they're going to get something in return immediately. Okay. So the better you can make your lead magnet as well, the more valuable you can make your lead magnet, the more people are going to sign up. So then we're going to use AI to personalize email sequences if we want to. Again, this is very AI heavy simply because I know a lot of people watching are going to be looking to leverage AI and looking for ways to potentially, I don't want to use the term cut corners, but speed up the process for doing these. Obviously, people want to get clients fast. So if you can leverage the tech that we've got access to, you're going to do it a lot quicker, right? So, and then obviously when you've got a newsletter, the way you sign clients from a newsletter is you regularly provide them with value. You regularly send them emails that educates them and provides value to them. So eventually they're interested and trust you enough to buy what you want to sell. Okay, that's quite a simple one, but moving on to posting on LinkedIn, surprisingly powerful depending on the niche you're in. So first of all, we can use AI to generate posts. The best thing that you can do with ChatGPT is actually give it information that you want to talk about. Give it sites that you're going to pull information from, give it previous, blogs or LinkedIn posts that you want yours to sort of be similar to. Give it your own tone, give it the way you speak and the way you want to come across. And then you can actually train a ChatGPT to consistently write LinkedIn posts for you. Then we're going to use a scheduling tool like GoHighLevel to basically schedule posts, let's say 6 months in advance. So you could spend one day on setting up LinkedIn, using ChatGPT, scheduling it on GoHighLevel, and then you're going to have 6 months worth of content going out every single day without you lifting a finger, which is ideal. Then based on the engagement with those posts, you're going to foster relationships, you're going to build connections. Obviously, LinkedIn is for professionals. People on there have got their experience. You can use that to your advantage when you're like sort of outreaching, and you're going to push people to obviously have a consultation, a call, or to sign up to something, whatever it is, right? And again, this is just the case of providing enough value to the point they trust you, right? And giving away enough stuff, whether it's via LinkedIn or the newsletter, is the same concept. Okay, next one is going to be messaging people who engage with you. So everyone probably watching has some form of following, whether you know it or not, whether it's tiny and you've got 10 followers on Instagram or you've got 100,000, it doesn't really matter. The way you're going to convert engaged followers into paying clients is, first of all, you're going to track engagement. So figure out who's the most interested, who's engaging with your content the most, who is your biggest fan, right? Then we're going to send tailored messages to these people. Obviously, you can create templates that save you having to rewrite the message every time. And then what you're going to do is naturally just transition the conversation to business. So you're going to transition it over to, first of all, it's going to be something along the lines of like, how's business going? What do you think's holding you back? Is this something that's holding you back? And then depending on the problem they reveal to you, then you can say, it might be worth us hopping on a call because I might have something that can help. Obviously, that's very basic. This isn't a video on appointment setting, but you get the general idea. That's going to be how to sign people who are already engaging with your content, okay? Next one is going to be to join paid groups and provide value. So a common method for signing clients that I've actually seen work for a lot of people is joining Facebook groups. If you join Facebook groups where people are already talking about specific problems or trying specific things or looking for new solutions, right? Then you've got a group of people who are already interested in what you have to sell, right? And then if we go into that group and we provide value and we provide the education and we provide the answers to people's questions, you can even reply to people's questions within Facebook groups, and then they realize that you are the solution because you've already given them some value, right? Then you're going to connect with the members in the group. And again, this comes back to appointment setting. You're going to be in the messages and you're going to try and offer them a free consultation. Okay. Next one we're going to go on to is case studies and results and posting case studies and results. Okay. Very common concept in business is FOMO. It's the fear of missing out. People will buy from people because they think that everyone else is. People follow the herd naturally, okay? If something's working for someone else, a lot of people are going to be more inclined to think, oh, that might work for me, okay? So what are we going to do? We've used tools like Canva to create visually engaging case studies, but what you can also do is you can actually record client interviews. You can talk to your clients and record like a Loom video like this and just talking to them and get their feedback. You can get email feedback, message feedback, a voice note, whatever it is, just get some form of testimonial from them. And then once we make that, the reason Canva's good is because obviously you can take like a piece of text and make it visually engaging. But then the whole aim of this is we're going to post them across LinkedIn, Instagram, and email, and we're going to include a call to action for inquiries because people will naturally see that if someone else has been very successful with you, they're going to be more likely to reach out to you and look for you for the answer as well. Okay, next one is commenting on other people's content. So not just anyone's content. The first thing you're going to want to do is identify high traffic posts in your niche. So find the posts in your niche that have gone the most viral, like that have the most views out of anything, right? And then leave insightful comments. So leave a comment that shows that you are an expert. Leave a comment that provides additional value to the video. And then anyone who comes across that post, bear in mind most of the people watching it are already people who are interested in your niche. They're going to see that you're an expert, you've got some value to provide. Potentially they're going to follow you from that and engage with you that way. Or they're going to reply to your comment and then you might be able to directly message them off the back of that and start a conversation. So that's a great way to do it. But then also is basically connecting with the engaged followers. So look at the people, like if you're looking for people to outreach to, look at the people who have commented and engaged with the content that is in your niche. If someone's liked a video that is on lead generation, potentially they run a business that requires lead generation, okay? Or if they've saved a video that's on appointment booking, right? Potentially they run a business that needs appointment booking. And again, this is a chance for you to step in and be the answer for their problems. So that's just really a great way to identify people who might be interested. Okay, 13, we're looking at lead magnets. Obviously, we've talked about this a lot, but this is just a way to increase trust. And again, these lead magnets, you can use them to, first of all, get people in the DMs. You can use lead magnets to collect people's emails. They have a lot of functionality, but the main idea for lead magnets is to build trust, is to give people stuff for free so that they trust you and look to you for answers, okay? And if you give someone something for free that's really valuable and you also sell something, they're going to assume that the thing you sell is considerably more valuable than what you've already provided them. So if they already find that value, they're much more likely to buy from you. So the examples are guides, calculators, templates, and again, you can use tools like Typeform, Canva, ChatGPT to create these lead magnets and obviously distribute them through either ads, social media, or email. Okay, next one is ROI calculators. This is potentially a form of lead magnet, but it's pretty cool, and it's so easy for you guys to do nowadays. Back in the day, you would have to be an Excel whiz, a Google Doc whiz. You'd need to potentially know some coding. But nowadays we have AI that is going to help us so much that we can actually use ChatGPT to make a custom Excel/Google Doc sheet that is, first of all, going to be really helpful to your niche, but also very encouraging, right? So you could have your calculator on your landing page and ads, and then people, before they book a call, can actually see, based on your stats, right? They can see what the ROI would be based on working with you. So they can actually see, like, okay, so if I gave this guy £5,000 and he guarantees this would be my outcome, right? So it's going to encourage people a lot. But again, that's another form of lead magnet. It's just a way to sort of visualize the ROI of like working with you, and it's going to encourage people more. Next one, halfway through, is call opt-ins. So directly call leads who've shown interest. Now, I can't remember the exact stat, but leads were, I want to say, 30% more likely to sell. Could be completely wrong on that number, but it's at least 30%, I think. They're 30% more likely to close if you call them within a minute of them opting in. So this shows that if you just call people really quickly after they've opted into an ad, they're much more likely to convert. You want to call them the moment they've shown interest, as quickly as possible, where the interest is still there. So we're going to use AI to, first of all, analyze their behavior or interest. You can, first of all, analyze the landing page, where they've clicked, what they've shown interest in, whether they've shown any interest on previous posts, and you can use that. And then you're going to directly call the leads that have shown interest and personalize your pitch based on those insights. And then obviously, when we call them, we're going to say something along the lines of, hey, I saw that you opted into this. Is this something you might be interested in? It'd be great to have a conversation about this, blah, blah, blah. You book them into an appointment. That's how you sell them. So, okay, moving on. Number 16 is sending Loom videos to old leads. Now, Loom videos are a great method of outreach, really, whether it's old leads or new leads. You can actually send a full video explaining something. You can also have visual guides like a Google Doc that you're seeing on screen right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to record a Loom video because it's very quick. It's very easy to record a Loom video, right? And potentially you can have a form of database reactivation. So all of your old leads that potentially maybe were close to getting sold but never end up going for it, you could then send them a personalized Loom video where they're going to see your face, they're going to see you talking, and you can actually highlight potentially a brand new offer, a brand new value proposition, or maybe a discount on the previous offer that they said no to. And if you send that to enough people, you're going to get some engagement. So takes me on to 17, which is using guarantees. Now, guarantees are unbelievably powerful because one of the big parts of someone buying something from you is having a form of risk reversal. The reason people don't want to buy from you is, first of all, they don't trust you, and why should they? But also, you haven't given them any reason not to trust, like not to distrust you, if that makes sense. So you need to give them something that is going to help them take the risk out of it. And a guarantee is the best way to do that. Have a guarantee that, whether it's a guarantee on results or money back guarantee, something that goes, listen, if this doesn't work, doesn't matter because you've got nothing to risk. So go for it. That's the idea of a guarantee. So define a clear refund or performance guarantee and promote them across all of your outreach. So when you're doing outreach, include the guarantee so that anyone sees it knows that the risk is on you, because that's the idea of a guarantee, is you flip the risk from being on the customer who's basically trusting you, where the risk is on you, where it's like, if I don't perform, you get all your money back and I look like an idiot. So the risk is on me. Okay. Next one is going to be 18. This is going to be retargeting visitors. So this is basically the idea of just retargeting ads. Okay. So with Google or Facebook, Instagram ads, what you can do is actually you can retarget people. So people that have already shown interest, for example, if we're going for Facebook and Instagram, I'll go for the example. People that have been following you, people that have liked your videos, you can actually target them specifically. And you can install, I've got, again, within the Facebook and Instagram ads, like full guide, we talk about how you can install the tracking pixel on your website if you don't know how to do this. But this will basically mean that you can track who's on your website, where they're clicking, what they're interested in, everything like that. And then we can actually retarget them based on who's like the most interested. So you might run a bunch of ads, people are somewhat interested, but then you find a smaller net of people who are much more interested. And then if we target them again, we're going to get a much better return. So that's number 18. Number 19, which is a bit of a weird one, but can work well, is creating a white label program. So basically having your service as something that other people can also sell. They can buy the rights to and sell themselves as if it was their own. So if you design And automated services are one of the best with this, because like if they're going to be able to sell it themselves, they need to be able to do it without you. So there needs to be some sort of automation involved. It needs to be a system or some form of service that they can just implement and give to other people without needing to constantly come back to you. Okay. But if you can design something really good and partner with, reputable agencies that already have a really long client list, and they want to, upsell their clients on your system, and you just take a cut, that's borderline a free way for you to get clients, in terms of you don't have to do any of the outreach. The clients are already there, and you're just basically receiving revenue by partnering with these big companies. So that's one to think about as well. If we go on to 20, we're looking at pre-call sales assets. Now, this is borderline an essential these days, because we are in a trust crisis in terms of everyone you see online. You have no idea whether to trust them or not, because there is a million people out there all posting the same stuff. They all look the same. They all talk the same. They're all in the same room. So people have no trust when they hop on these sales calls, because a lot of people have also been burnt by previous agencies. The list goes on, really. But the idea with this is that before someone hops on a call with you, you're actually going to send them a bunch of resources that is going to pre-sell them. So back to the idea of a VSL, is you're going to basically give them a VSL that they're going to watch before they hop on the call. So before they've hopped on the call, you've already been able to explain, they already know what you can help with, your previous results. And basically it's going to increase the amount of trust that they have with you before they even get on the call. And that way, when they do get on the call, a lot of people are already sold. Okay. You've already sold them on that video. And then the hop on the call is just to confirm it. Okay. So best way to do this is videos, PDFs, case studies. You're going to create resources, and then you're just going to send them to the prospects before your meetings. And you're going to want to encourage them to watch them, because even if someone can watch 5 minutes of your content, of you talking about something educational before they hop on a call with you, they're considerably more likely to be closed, because they're going to trust you a bit more. They're going to understand through that video that you know what you're talking about, you've done it before. And yeah, it's just going to break that trust barrier down, which is, I think personally, an absolute essential at the moment. Okay, 21 is paid trial offers. So offer a very much low cost, short-term trial to showcase your value. So this might be when you're just starting out, is you're going to want to actually provide a trial of sorts. Offer your program at 50% of the cost, half price for the first month, just to get people in the door. And then obviously once they see the value, and if you can provide, then they're going to stay with you at the full price after that. But this is just to get people in the door. So create a limited time package with clear deliverables. So outline clearly what you're going to get in this first month, what they can expect. And then obviously if you hit those, then they're much more likely to continue working with you. A few points here that are somewhat irrelevant to the actual way to get clients itself, but you can automate onboarding with pre-built funnels and automations. Automating onboarding is one of the easiest things to just basically remove the need for you in your business, if that makes sense. So it's definitely something to look into. I'm going to do another video on automating onboarding, so look out for that as well, because to be honest, onboarding your clients manually is something that no one should be doing in this day and age. It's just not necessary. It's a waste of time. But yeah, the idea here is using trials to build trust and convert these people into long-term clients. If your standard price point is quite high and you don't have that much of a reputation, but you know it's going to work, then use a trial to build trust. One thing I can say avoid, though, is ever giving it away for free. It just doesn't work. If you give something away for free, people don't value it. They don't put their time into it, and they don't see you as a legitimate business because they're getting it for free. Okay, so the only version of that I would do is a low-cost trial. Okay, next one is webinars. Now, what you want to do is you want to host webinars. So this is going to be, and potentially to get people into a webinar, it's going to be mass outreach, or you're going to run ads to push people into a webinar. But it's going to be a webinar to educate and convert an audience. So the tools you're going to need are things like Zoom, Google Meet, or Webinar Jam, just something that you can basically host a big video recording where you can potentially present. You can create a presentation using Beautiful.ai that will literally make a presentation for you, or you can use Canva, do it yourself. Then promote the webinar, social media, email, offer exclusive deals to the attendees. This is big. So once everyone's on the call, you're going to spend potentially an hour, let's say an hour webinar, educating them on whatever the thing is that you're solving, whatever the issue is that you're solving, and how you do it. You're going to educate them on your offer. Okay. And then you're going to let them know at the end that because you've joined this webinar, you actually get access to an exclusive deal that is potentially, maybe 25% off their normal price, or an exclusive one-to-one strategy call, whatever it is, right? Make them feel like they're valued because they showed up to this webinar. And again, because they've just spent an hour getting educated and like being provided value on a call, they're much more likely to get sold as well there. Okay, 23 is interview style short form content. So I think I spoke about this earlier in terms of you can post short form videos, basically featuring client success stories. A bunch of different ways you can do that. I'm not going to go too much into short form content, but you get the idea in terms of posting your case studies in the form of short form videos, get people interested. You can even use comment like call to action automation. So like comment the word. So let's say you did a case study on, let's just call him John. You can say, comment the word guide if you want to be the next John, have an automation where they end up in your DMs. And obviously based on the case study that you've posted, you've then gathered leads in the comments and you can then sell them in the DMs. Okay. Next one is going to be thank you notes. So send personalized thank you messages or small gifts to your current clients, old clients, prospects, collaborators, basically anyone that you work with, any lead that could potentially end up being a client. Send them a small gift, send them a thank you message. People, when they're given something, and this is the whole concept behind lead magnets as well, they're much more likely to give you something back, right? If someone buys you a Christmas present one year, you're much more likely to buy them one the next year. It's just sort of human psychology. We want to return the favor. So you'd be surprised how much this could actually have an impact. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that that's going to get you to 10 million a year, but something to consider. Now, 25 is using other people's audiences. So potentially collaborate with individuals or brands that share your target audience. So people that are doing the exact same thing with you, speak with them. You can actually do a collaborative video, and potentially there might be some synergies in terms of the audience they have might also need what you are offering, and the audience you have might also need what they're offering, and you can both actually benefit it. So partner with influencers or complementary businesses, or you can offer sort of co-branded content or events as well. All right, 26 is similar, but it's partnerships. So form strategic partnerships with businesses in your niche. Also, what we mentioned, this is sort of ties in with the white label services because you can do it that way. But find businesses that are serving the same audience and offer potentially mutual referrals. So you work on like a two-way basis in terms of, I'll refer you anyone who says that they need what you have. You refer me anyone who says they need what you have. And if you're working in a similar niche with a similar audience, then they're all going to have similar problems, and you can often work together to actually benefit from it. Okay, 27 is using an iPhone to text leads. Now, the word iPhone is irrelevant. You can use a phone, you can use a laptop. There's a bunch of ways to message leads, but personalized SMS outreach actually has the highest response rate out of any form of outreach. So if you send someone a text message, they are more likely to reply to it and read it than anything else. Okay. So you can use tools like Go High Level to automate SMS campaigns. You can create, text message campaigns that are 6 months in advance. You can even run voicemail campaigns where you leave them a voicemail on their phone. And what you want to do is you want to craft engaging messages. And then what I've put there, and this is something you can actually do, is you can automate the inbound management of those messages. So when the messages come in, is you can actually use conversational AI that doesn't, and you can train it so it doesn't sound like a robot to actually answer all of the messages that come back. So you can automate the outreach of the messages, you can automate the response when the messages come back in, and then you have this outreach system that doesn't rely on you at all. Okay. 28 is going to be ask for responses on your email list. So this is again another form of database reactivation, but have some form of question to get people to reply. Re-engage them by saying something very personal. So, potentially end your email with prompts like, also, just for my own knowledge, what's your biggest challenge? Hit reply, let me know. Just something that encourages them to respond to you and be engaged in the conversation rather than just receiving emails every week. Okay. 29 is screenshot your calendar, build a wait list. This is all about creating urgency. So you're going to want to showcase your full schedule and offer a wait list. Okay. So this is a great way to get people to show interest because they're not paying for anything yet. They're joining a wait list because they think that they can't get it at the moment. And when people, there's sort of a bit of reverse psychology in terms of when people think they can't have something, they want it, right? It's just sort of how it works. So potentially on your social media, show that there's a high amount of demand for your offer, show that people are interested, show that there's urgency in terms of, we're running out of slots, and use a form to capture waitlist signups. Whether you're full or not, you can use a waitlist in the same way. You can, a waitlist is a great way to create a sense of urgency and create a sense of exclusivity. Okay. And that way, the people on the wait list have shown they're interested. So when you speak to them and you can actually just call them and say, like, listen, the wait list is up, you still have to go ahead with it. They're considerably more likely to go ahead with it rather than just pitching it to it like out of nowhere. When they've been on a wait list for a while, it's like if you're in a line, right? If you wait in a line for an hour, statistically, you're actually much more likely to spend more. Like, it's kind of they work like simultaneously in terms of the amount of time you spend in the line corresponds to the amount of money you end up spending with the company, because the more time that you've put into it, the more like valuable it is to you, right? We value things based on the time it took us. So as humans, so waitlist is definitely something to consider. And in 35 minutes, I've made it to the very last one, which is extremely expensive upsells. Now, first thing to note is that no matter what business you have, you should always have something ridiculously expensive. Okay, that's about 5 to 10 times more than your second most expensive product. And the reason you want to have that is because, first of all, it acts as a price anchor for the product that you actually want to sell. It makes, if you have 3 packages, if you make the third one really expensive, it makes the middle one and the lower one look considerably cheaper. Okay. But also, the thing is, occasionally you might just come across someone who has stupid amounts of money and wants everything that you have, and they'll just go for the biggest package. So by having it there, it's just like better safe than sorry, because you don't want to come across an absolute whale who's ready to spend a lot, and you don't even have the package for them. So that's just something to note. But what we're talking about here is actually upselling our existing clients by offering them a premium service. If you go to your clients that you've done the best job for and they're the most happy with everything, right? Go to them and say, listen, we've come out with a new strategy. It costs this much. It's a little bit additional, but we're going to do this, this, and this, right? So have something that's new, have a new mechanism that they haven't heard of. Okay, that goes back to like creating a really good offer. So a couple of examples that we've done are like VIP strategy sessions. Another one is like done for you AI powered solutions. So something they can just implement like that, and it's just a quick upsell. And yeah, so here we talk about what I mentioned in terms of using analytics, identify the high value clients. Identify the clients who, first of all, potentially have the most money and making the most money, but also the ones who trust you the most and most interested and happy with what you've provided so far. So then you can even craft like a personalized upsell offer with compelling ROI. So like if you have a new system that you want to bring out and you know that it could provide some of your current clients a really good ROI, tell them what that would look like. Explain to them the ROI they can expect and why they should go ahead with it. And upsells are considerably easier than signing new clients, because it's much harder to sign someone who knows nothing about you than it is to sell more to someone who already trusts you, has already bought from you, and is already happy with the results. Okay, so that is 30 ways to sign clients, all of them tech powered, lots of them hands off, lots of them very easy to scale. So your job now is to take these away, figure out what works for you, and then continue to do it. And bear in mind, you're never going to get outreach. Outreach is one of the hardest things to master, but once you nail it, it's going to work forever. Okay, so figure out what works for you and then stick with that, and yeah, scale your business to the moon. But with that said, I'm going to end this video off. I hope I've been able to provide you guys with some value. Quick reminder, check the description. You can get access to, first of all, I'll leave this document in the description, but you can also get access to over 1,000 ChatGPT business prompts that are going to help with a bunch of sections in here. They're going to help with creating lead magnets. They're going to help with crafting great emails, help with copywriting. They're even going to help with content, scripting VSLs, you name it, it's in there. I've put a lot of value into it. So go grab yourself that. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is. And I will catch you guys in the next one.